that held it with a 9.82 seconds. I have to say, track is in this race from start to finish. Ferdinand Omanyala looked very, very strong. He started to falter a bit towards the end of the race in terms of his form breaking. A favorite tag. He's definitely also carrying a favorite tag in my books. Now, I've been watching Ferdinand Omanyala throughout the season. He looked quite heavy earlier on, but I have to say, and I noticed towards his most recent competitions, he's definitely been looking better and better technically through his execution. 100%. I noticed that when he ran at the Prefontaine Classic and also when he was in Kingston. I noticed as well when he took part at the Racers Grand Prix. So with that said, Shakis, I'm not at all surprised given that when you head off to your championships, you're typically in peak performance shape, that he came out and ran such a fantastic time, 9.79 seconds, to lay down the gauntlet, to let everybody know that, yes, I'm part of the conversation. And right now, I'm carrying also one of the favorite tags heading into the Paris Olympic Games. Right now, I'm actually sitting pretty with the world leading performance. Quite impressive from Ferdinand Omanyala. Now, Chuck, is my expectation, going into these coming weeks is that based on what I see happening around town from a Jamaican perspective, from an American perspective, this world lead is going to change hands quite a few times. Now, depending on whose 100-meter finals come first, you may find America have it or Jamaica has it, and then all of a sudden it gets flipped back over to Jamaica or America. You know what I mean? These two countries right now, in my opinion, are definitely the countries that have some of the fastest men, along with Ferdinand Omanyala, that will be heading into Paris. So I do believe that once the national championships begin for Jamaica and also United States of America, this world seen Noah Lyles and now we're seeing Ferdinand Omanyala. They are all dipping for their life once they get to that line. We saw with Noah Lyles at the same Racers Grand Prix, he didn't even notice that Oblique. What is the need for him to go out there and execute the race like this and even dip? But track is practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. So when it comes to these executions, regardless of whoever is in the race, whatever field you're up against, you should be able to execute your full 100-meter race, which includes the all-important dip at the line. And that is what we saw here from a Ferdinand Omanyala. He executed his full race and also gave you one of those deadly dips. It looked to me like he was a hurdler. You know how the hurdlers dip? The hurdlers have some of the deepest dips for me I've seen, and he gave me one of those dips as well. That just goes to show you that he understands that he has to execute his full race if he wants to get the best performance out of himself. And think about it as well, Track, is if he didn't run the way he ran, he probably wouldn't have gotten the world lead he has today with that 9.79 seconds, because that's just a few 100ths of a second faster than what Oblique Seville ran, which is a 9.82 seconds. So Track is, in my opinion, what literally jumped out at me is Oblique Seville needs to make sure that he dips. I am looking at all the major contenders that are heading into Paris Olympic Games. My assumption is Noah Lyles will be there. Ferdinand Omanyala has already booked his ticket. My assumption also is that Oblique Seville will be there. And what I've noticed from these two main culprits that will be towing the line in the finals, I believe, at the Paris Olympic Games 2024, is that they all execute their full 100 and they all dip for dear life, regardless of whoever is in the race, regardless of wherever their placing is in the race, they're executing the full 100 meters. And I'm highlighting this because I want Oblique Seville going forward. I've talked about it already, and I said, make sure when you go to the Jamaican trials, I see you dipping for dear life. I don't care how far ahead you are of the field, how far behind you are, make sure you are executing your full 100 meters and you are dipping face forward, look straight through the line. You can look on the people them after you cross the line. Make sure you are looking ahead and looking at that finish line. And that's what I wanted to point out in this video today. Excellent performance from Ferdinand Omanyala, of course, to walk away with the win, and of course run a world leading 9.79 seconds to throw down the gauntlet and let everybody know, all right, it's not just Noah Lyles, it's not just Oblique Seville, I'm here as well and I'm a contender, and I'm definitely keeping my eye on him for Paris 2024, regardless of what everybody says about, the whole altitude performance, whether or not he's able to replicate. Should be keeping an eye and making sure that he runs through the line each and every time going forward, regardless of whoever is in the competition. Like the video, of course, Trackies, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.